Hello everyone and welcome back to Tea with the Triton, except that today we don't have tea and I'm not in the newsroom. We are in the garden under the, what is this tree called again?
The bald cypress.
We are under the bald cypress tree, enjoying the shade, and it's like a little dome, so it's blocking the wind. It's like a little oasis for us here today. Anyway, I'm with the people of the garden club. Could you guys go around and introduce yourselves?
My name's Colby Stratman, and I'm the club head, one of the club heads for the garden club.
I'm Macy Beckman. I'm one of the coordinators of the garden club.
I'm Leo Dukovic. I'm another coordinator of the garden club. I'm Owen. I'm a freshman. I'm the newest member.
And I'm Nicole, Vogler, social media and PR for the Triton. I forgot to introduce myself.
Okay guys, so I have a few questions for you. It recently came to my attention that, the Triton, we've published some articles that are kind of mixing up the terminology for what is the farm and what is the garden. I think that a lot of people have this idea that they can be interchanged, and it was recently brought to my attention that no, they're very different things, very different parts of this little section of land that you guys have, run by totally different people as well. So could you kind of run us through the difference on what really classifies the garden and what classifies the farm?
Yeah. I can start off. So physically, I'd say, physically the difference is kind of the farm is the square or this rectangle that's surrounded by these banana trees, more or less. That's what the farm consists of. And then the garden club area physically is back here by the baseball field next to the outfield. And we also have back by the compost area in this herb circle right here. In terms of when you walk out here, what is the garden versus the farm.
Also the Ethnobotany
Yeah.
pergola area.
And the Ethnobotany pergola is also another space, student run, separate from the farm, that is over on the other side by the soccer field near the aquaponics system.
Yeah, also by the soccer field, the aquaponics system is another garden zone.
Mm-hmm. Cool. And here, I'm gonna borrow this real quick. And I know, Colby, you know a little bit more about this. Could you, because you were here during the transition of when, could you walk us through the history of what exactly?
Yeah, loosely, kind of the garden club has always been here since for over 10 years now. And throughout those 10 plus years, there's been different people who have ran it and different levels of involvement, different different levels of student engagement. Basically, a long time pre-COVID, about 2 or 3 years pre-COVID, there were some students out here that kind of, with one of the professors, came up with some semblance of an idea of kind of taking what was an autonomous student-run space and conjoining it with the school for, academic reasons and things like that. And that was kind of came up with and then kind of went away. And then that wasn't really a thing anymore. And then the garden was ran by students for, the remaining years up until COVID. And then COVID was kind of used as a way for the school to then bring up this previous plan that they had come up with. And despite the students that were out here, they kind of just decided to run with that plan, which was establishing it with the president as an institutionalized organization with the school. So it's now the farm is completely through the school. The budget comes from the school, as opposed to when it was just the garden, it was Ecos. And so that's another big difference is monetarily, Ethnobotany and Garden Club, we are still Ecos clubs, and the farm's budget comes from the school, the business office itself.
Got it. But it wasn't until 2021 that you said that this whole area was technically just a club?
Yeah, so basically 2020, that year of COVID that Eckerd still at school, which was my freshman year, the whole 2020 to 2021 school year, the garden was still belonged to the students. And then kind of in a time frame that was very opportunistic for the administration. Right at the end of the fall or the spring of 2021, right before the summer, they kind of just like sent us an email and just like dropped the bomb on us without. There was no there was no discussion.
Yeah.
And they just kind of like the club heads got an email one day that was just like, by the way, like this will no longer be garden club space. Like you're gonna have to work with the farm.
Oh, hi.
So yeah, that was kind of like how it started, and then
Yeah.
we spent the remainder of that semester and that summer making PowerPoints, because they had way more money to start the farm than the garden club probably has ever had combined in its entire tenure. So
Oh wow.
our whole thing was really asking them about alternative areas. Like there's this whole area of Brazilian pepper back here that like they could have used their money to remove invasives and start something new. And we were like, there was a lot of like big discussion about us just like offering them alternatives. Then like we were expressing our interest in the fact that we have this space and we need it to continue to be a student of like autonomous space that's like very important for like the community and the culture at Eckerd. This guy's getting a stick.
Oh yes, this is Cedric.
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 Yeah.
This is Cedric. He is also joining us today.
Another member of the garden club.
Center. Yeah. Okay. So I understand. So it was a pretty recently that the shift was made. That
Yeah.
It was this entirely student-run space that was kind of like a passion project, if you will, and then now it was kind of a forced separation of now this is this official space and you get kind of the parts on the outskirts.
Yeah, and well, that's like the big thing was after we kind of just like the administration kind of, I don't know, we tried so hard to communicate with them and communicate our stuff, and then eventually we realized that they weren't willing to like work with us. So in terms of like moving to alternative spaces or like splitting the space or something like that, they were in no way, shape, or form like willing to budge or work with us. There's some professors that were very like adamant about how this was their project now as opposed to being a student autonomous space. So
when the ground here was broken by students, right? Like this was just kind of like a plot of land, and for anyone who doesn't know where the garden is, it's in between the soccer field and the baseball field. And this was just like, didn't it just start by students being like, we want plants here?
10 plus years ago, this was just grass between these two fields. And then
That's
2009.
yeah, 2009.
hard to imagine with like a tree this big and like
Mango
trees.
It started as a few students that wanted, it was like somebody's senior thesis, somebody else's independent study. Like there was just like a lot of different things involved that came to with people making those beds up front, which ever since the farm has been here, some of the original garden beds did get removed. But basically, like, it started out with just the beds up front where the market beds are now. That used to be the only spot that was the garden, and then over the years developed into all this. And, ever since the farm's been here, there hasn't, like, this is pretty much what it looked like that many years ago. Other than, like, the farm has really only, like, removed, like, larger trees, I'd say. There's, like, a few additional papayas and trees here, and mulberries, but most of those were donated by Tommy, a garden club alumni.
Oh, cool. So this has really been, like, I've met several people who are like, oh, I don't even know, like, where's the garden? I've never been there before. And it's such a cool area that's, you can tell, like, a lot of work and a lot of passion has been put into this, and it was started by students, which is so cool. So I guess that moves us on to the next question that I have for you guys is, we've already touched on it a little bit, but why specifically do you think that it matters to make it clear to people, that the garden and the farm are two totally different things, they're run by different people? Like, I guess what would be your sales pitch to someone being like, oh, well, they can be used interchangeably?
Like, I'd say it's just, like, kind of the overall message and, like, the methodology and, just, like, the framework of it. Like, it's all just, like, a extremely different system. It's, like, how I explained kind of, like, that shift from, like, garden to farm and everything, in terms of, like, student involvement in the space and, like, making it a space for the students by the students as opposed to like a space for the school by the school. It's kind of like the only way you can really get involved consistently in the farm is to, like, you could technically volunteer, but it's to get a federal work study position. And then after you get that federal work study position, you grow the food, and then you kind of, like, in theory, you have to go to the CAF to, like, get that food. And then, like, with the garden club, it's a lot more just, like, direct. Like, you grow the food, you get the food because you were the person out there doing it. So, like, that's kind of the difference. And then there's, like, some differences in, like, methodology in the sense of, like, garden club has all, like, kind of keeps its inputs. They're all here. Like, we only use compost that we make here from waste that were, like waste mitigation from, like, our dorms and our CAF. We use worm tea from, like, worm bins that the garden club keeps track of underneath the mango tree back here. And that's for, like, that's pretty much our main source of fertilization. And then we also have fish emulsion, but it's made from fish that we grew on site with the aquaponics system. So, like, that's, like, one of the big differences that I feel like kind of highlights just kind of the overall difference in, like, what we're going for as a club. I'll let some other people maybe explain some more.
I guess I would also just say that we're trying really hard to, I think during COVID, our, like, voice, not during COVID, but right after COVID, right when the farm took over, the garden's voice was kind of, like, tamped down, I guess. And I don't know, we just want, like, people to know that this is another outlet on this campus. Like, you don't have to just get a job on the farm. You don't have to, like, do RSL on the farm. Like, you can come out and be a part of garden club, or just come out to our open mics or our Sunday markets.
We try to say that, like, what you put into garden club is, like, what you'll get out of it. That's like our hope, that by you just coming out and being involved, you become, like, a part of, like, our community, and you get to learn how to do things, and you then get to, like, teach other people how to do these things, and you get to become, like, really passionate about certain areas and certain things out here, and then you're able to have the autonomy and the space that we're able to provide students to then do something with it, like, very personal with, like, the earth, and, like, grow things for your community. And, like, I think that's, like, incredibly essential for, like, the Eckerd community as a whole, and, like, to have that outlet for all of our students.
Yeah, absolutely. And that goes into what happened to you guys last night. You won how many awards at the
We won
the award thing called again?
the Ecos Givers.
The Ecos Givers Awards.
We won 3 awards for
amazing.
garden club, and then some of our heads got, like, individual awards as well, which was really
That's
really
amazing.
awesome. We were not expecting that.
Yeah, I saw a picture of you guys, like, holding, like, just a ton of, like, plaques.
I put them in the shed.
Okay, yeah, we're gonna hang them in the shed.
That's amazing. Oh, that's amazing. And then I know that, so you said you're going to be the club leader next year. Do you want to talk a little bit? Yeah.
Yeah, so we got some big shoes to fill, Owen and I. I am going to be the club head next year, continuing running the space and organizing events in the markets and everything, growing food, maintaining the area. So yeah, I'm excited. We got a lot of plans for the future,
Yeah.
but yeah.
Yeah, that's very exciting. And you're looking for yoga instructors.
Yes, we're looking for yoga instructors for next year
Yes.
as well. If there's any yogis out there, let me know.
Twice a week that you guys have yoga?
Yeah, currently
Yeah.
twice a week. If you can only do once a week, that's okay too.
Yeah.
Yeah, so they currently have yoga, like, several times a week, and have 2 graduating seniors who are yoga instructors. So if you are a yoga instructor and you're looking for a place to teach your yoga, the garden.
The garden is where it's at.
Place for you. And then, do you want to give a quick plug to, like, other things that the garden does? I know I came out here for the garden market and I bought a jar of pickled jalapenos, which I still need to bring you the jar back. But they're so good. Yeah, like, it is such a treat to get a jar of pickled stuff that was, like, actually grown on, like, Eckerd soil. And I know you guys have, like, papaya trees. They have papaya sometimes. You do have papaya trees, right? Okay, I'm not making that up. Okay, good.
No, you're not making that up. You're not crazy.
And then there's, like, a little, like, herb garden with, I know I've eaten, like, a stevia leaf before, peppermint, catnip, right? And then the ethnobot and tea area where they grow tea leaves and make tea. Like, there's so much coming out of the ground that you can literally just like put right in your mouth.
Yeah.
Which is so exciting. Any other, like, I know you guys mentioned the open mic nights, and any other cool things the garden's up to?
Yeah, open mic.
Open mic night, or this is May 10th. Not an open mic night. May 10th is the final jam. More limited open mic night slots. So if you want to perform, make sure you get in early this time. There's going to be a lot more just bands jamming out for this sector. So yeah, but May 10th is the final jam. Be there or be square.
We had another person join us.
Hi.
Introduce yourself.
Oh, yeah. I'm Zoe, one of the many garden club heads. Happy to be here.
I heard you won an award last night.
Oh, yeah, I did. The club head
Club leadership.
club
award.
leadership
Yes!
award. I'm the head of garden, hummus, and cheese. So,
Dude, congratulations.
Triton.
That's so exciting.
triple threat.
And do you guys want to introduce yourselves?
Do you think they're in frame?
Probably.
Okay, cool.
Probably in frame. Here, I can double check.
Hi, I'm Kate. I'm another garden club head. Happy to be on the podcast.
I'm Chloe, another garden club head. We just came for our friend's art show, so.
Go see it in Cobb Gallery
Yeah.
for this week only.
Okay, I'm gonna get back in frame to close. Okay. Well, thank you guys for joining us. It was nice to have a little hello at the end. Is there anything else you guys want to say about the garden? Or? Oh yeah.
Yeah, the 2 more Sundays. Yeah, this Sunday and the next Sunday. Sunday garden markets 5 to 7. We have our produce, canned goods, some fruit, veggies. Also, if you're a student artist and want to come out, set a table or a blanket, come sell your goods.
Come
Whatever
sell
you
food
make.
too.
Yeah, sell food.
Sell bread or
Yeah, bread.
Yeah, clothing swap too. Bring your old clothes, get some new clothes. Yeah.
Yeah, and then other than that, just during the week, especially Mondays, Tuesdays, and Thursdays, come out 4 to 6-ish. And there should be somebody out here working if you want to work with us. Yeah, also yoga.
Awesome. Yeah. Awesome. Well, it was wonderful to get to chat with you guys under the bald cypress tree.
Yeah.
This was wonderful, and thank you guys. Know that there's a difference between the garden, the garden and the farm. And what is y'all's Instagram?
At Eckerd Garden Club. No capitals, no punctuations, just at Eckerd Garden Club.
Awesome. And go follow at Eckerd Garden Club. And I'm excited to see, sad to see all the seniors go, of course, but I'm happy to see what happens with the garden club next year.
Me too.
Yeah. Awesome. Bye, guys. Thank you.
Bye.